parents, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We were still freshmen when we first heard the legendary name of our commencement speaker today. Teachers can't help but mention her when they talk about Zamboanga City High School Hall of Famers. I finally got the privilege to meet her in person last July 2000 in our school press conference. As in, wow, di lang pala genius, as in saksakan mo ng ganda. Almost all the participants I know agreed on this. Some even said that she's an all-in-one person that is very rare, and not to mention an ambassadress of goodwill. Our speaker is like a prophet in the making. She was born the same date Zamboanga City High School was founded, August 28, but of course in different years. I'm certain that all of you will take pride knowing that she graduated valedictorian 1988 of our school. She finished Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, summa cum laude, 1992 in Ateneo de Zamboanga with high distinction, outstanding thesis. Grantee of the Professional Studies Program in Teacher Education, Philippines-Australia Project in Basic Education or PRO at Queensland University of Technology, Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. She's also one of the 1992 awardee of the 10 Outstanding Students of the Philippines. She's presently a faculty member of the College of Arts and Sciences and the Director of Scholarships of Ateneo de Zamboanga. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to present our commencement speaker, Ms. Reneville M. Messina.
A very, very generous introduction. I'm even now more afraid to speak because I might be found wanting, let's say, not worthy of it. Anyway, I've been having goosebumps. First, when, you know what goosebumps are? In Chabacano, there's a phrase for that. It's called makaparapelo. When I was first approached and asked to give the commencement speech, I had goosebumps. Yeah, parang yung pelo, and it's not a good sign. Me being peluda and all, it's not good to see me having goosebumps. Because it is such an honor to be speaking before you. The second time I had goosebumps was after I said yes to the invitation. And the reason for that was miedo. Di ba when you're afraid to parang afraid that I might not be able to do the job well. And miedo because I realized that time has flown so fast. It's been 13 years since I was where you are, doing what you're doing, and probably thinking what you're thinking. But before going any further, in my excitement, I failed to greet everybody. Good morning. The principal, Ma'am Ruste, Mr. Javelin, Professor Yaku, Mrs. Rivero, Mr. Nioso, and the distinguished guests here, and of course the graduates and the parents of the graduates. Good morning again. Sorry for the late greetings. You understand I'm very nervous. Anyway, enough with that. I'm invited here to talk about the theme. And I've been to several graduations. I've talked to several graduates. I was a graduate several times over. By experience, I know that after the graduation, everybody forgets about that theme. Maybe if I got the opportunity to ask one of you earlier this morning what the theme was, I'm sure you'd be faltering, no? Would you remember if I asked you? The theme is very important. I don't know, when I was in high school, everybody was into slam book and autograph signing. Are you still into it? Especially when you're graduating, no? It's this tiny little notebook that you ask your friends and your classmates to sign up for recuerdos, for memories. And then you have questions there like, what is your favorite color? No? And most would answer red because it's easier to spell than fuchsia and tangerine and things like that. And then you have questions like, who is your crush? Diba? And then most of your answers would be secret, right? And then, of course, you have questions like, what is your motto? And then that's where you really spend time and ponder on the question. Diba? During our time, the most popular motto was, try and try until you die. Until you succeed. Which is tantamount to until you die. That is only the time you stop trying when you're in your grave. The theme is like your batch's motto. It's because I would like to reiterate the significance of the theme. I would not want you to forget it because it's your motto, it should be your challenge, it should be your guiding principle. So I would like you to read with me. You have received your diploma and I presume that everybody can read already. Otherwise, you will get back your diplomas. No? To read with me your theme. Can we do it? Let us pretend that collectively we were signing a huge imaginary slam book. And we're now answering the question, what is the theme or what is the motto of the Zamboanga City High School batch 2001? And your answer is youth's dynamic involvement towards moral ascendancy with national governance. Wow. Isn't it such a mouthful? Big words. You have big words there. But behind those big words is a very simple concept. And the concept behind the concept is you. Let us try to understand the theme. My background is teaching, so I would be like giving a lecture in class. And at some point, I'd be calling on some of you to recite. Is that okay with you? And maybe later on, after that, I'll give you a quiz to really see if you understood and you're worthy of your diploma. Okay, youth dynamic involvement. The word, you know the word youth, right? It means you, me, our teachers, because they never get old. I saw some of my teachers here, they still look the same. And everybody. And the word dynamic, dynamical, dynamic. What does it mean, dynamic? My background is language, so I'm very fond of vocabulary building, synonyms. What ideas? Dynamic means what? Change, right? Movement, progress, something. And the word dynamic is even very, very similar to the word dynamite. At least the first 5 letters, right? Dynamite, dynamic. And I'm sure you know what dynamite is. What does a dynamite do? With your hands, can you show it? With your hands. What's that? This is wave. You're doing wave. This is not what a dynamite. What does a dynamite do? Could you show it with your hands, please? Okay, some of you are going this, others perhaps have went under armpits already. They are ashamed to raise it higher, but I saw some hands making this and doing the sound, saying explode. That is what your involvement should be. One, that causes change, that causes movement, that displaces things, that makes something move and move things around. And then we go to the next phrase. Dynamic involvement for what? Dynamic involvement for moral ascendancy. Again, we have big words. What is moral? What is good? But somehow, because different religious orientations have different cultures have different codes of morality, sometimes morality, the word moral is abused. So what can be moral to some may not be moral to others. Like having many wives, right? In some cultures it's accepted. Like walking bare naked. In some cultures, in some African cultures it's accepted. In our culture it's not. So it is up to you to find out the moral code of the society that you live in, that you move, is what is good. And what is good is the thing that you do that does not offend or hurt anybody, or does not offend or hurt anybody's sensibilities. That is the simple code to live by. Ascendancy, the idea of upward, going up, not down, right? When somebody gives you a thumbs up sign, what does that mean? Okay, right? Positive. If you ask your teacher, Mom, how's my final exams grade? And she says, you'd be shouting for joy, right? But if she goes, you start crying because it's not going well, it's not good. Moral ascendancy, something possible. And then you have national governance. Simply means running the government, no? Managing our society. You say, why would I care about a thing like that? No? I am only a high school graduate. What can I do? Diba? Is that a question in your mind right now? What can I do? What can you do? I ask you, what can you do? A lot. You say it's not yet our time, we are young. Well, let us play. Let our leaders take care of the affairs of the government, the affairs of the state. But it's not too early to start. It's never too early to start. It's never too early to start. So you ask yourself again, what can I do? The best that you can do right now is to continue your higher education. But for some reason, you cannot. What do? You can participate and be active dynamically still with your vote when you come of age by becoming better citizens. At that time when I was in high school, I have to constantly refer to the time in high school, and that was 13 years ago. The big star then was Michael Jackson, who was my number one. And one of my illusions was he was my boyfriend. At that time he was still 100% male. Now he still is male, but he looks female already. But that's beside the point. Why do I like Michael Jackson? Aside from the fact that he sings well, he dances well, he has good songs. And one of the songs that I liked was Man in the Mirror. Are you familiar with that song? Man in the Mirror. I could sing it if you want me to, but I would not do it now. I do not want to ruin your day, solemnly. But there's a line there that struck me. It says, if you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. This is basically what it's about. You, what you can do. Because if you do not do anything, nothing will happen or a bad thing will happen. Because remember, apathy kills. Apathy, indifference, walang pakialam. Because we think, it's not happening to me, why should I care about it? Diba? In school, if you see a little boy being beaten up, you'd say, Mayo que ver, it's not me who's being beaten up. It's not my problem. That is apathy. But you are told, you are challenged to be dynamically involved. If you were dynamically involved and you see a little boy or a little girl being beaten up, what would you do? If you are as small as a little boy and the one who beats up the little boy is a big person, you do not have to be a hero and go in and start beating up the bully. What you do is, CID officers, go to the authorities. If you think you cannot, hindi to kaya, grande, wala, del bata, diba? Kore, abisa mo papa. No, you go to the authorities and report it. That is dynamic involvement. And which is the opposite of apathy, of indifference, of muay keber attitude. I am reminded of the story in the Bible, the story of the Good Samaritan. All you need to do for you to be able to do something to make a difference is to care. To care. C-A-R-E. To care. But for me, I think it's not enough. You should care enough. You should care enough to do something. Just like the story of the Good Samaritan. There's an injured man